All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Algo, and thanks for joining me on another morning watch list building session. We are going to get into some plays. I just got to do one or two more little things, and we're going to get started. Chat. If I can learn to spell this morning. Jeez, Louise. All right, so we got that done. The stream is good. We have chat going, and I think that's it. So, I am Algo, and I stream every morning, Monday through Friday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Today, we're going to be looking at the top stocks that have a greater than expected move, or a chance to make a big move in the market today. So far this week, we've been doing pretty good. We've gone, I think, 4 for 4, which is pretty all right. Not mad about it. Hopefully, y'all caught some of that frog play. That was just a freebie. I saw it and I was like, oh wow, it's at a pretty decent level. Let's just go ahead and catch some of that move, right? This is that frog play. I alerted it here, right? I said above 28.50 for longs. It's at 32. I think it's got a little bit more gas in the tank. So frog above 32, 32.25, first stop 33, above 33. We get Woody up to 34. That's the play on frog. We've got some news. Nothing really super interesting overnight, other than the fact that bonds are falling, which is good. We just got a massive influx in the ES, NQ, YM, and Russell. Gold is down, crude is choppy, bonds are down, and the yen is down. So all of that typically means that we are going to have a pretty decent day in the market. I didn't like this gap up. I'd like it to come back down to earth a little bit so that we don't do the gap and crap. Sorry, let's just check my other screen. The yen is continuing to fall off a cliff, which is good for us. Asian markets open green. German and European markets are opened green, and we're opening up kind of mix. Oh, my head. Yeah, I had to move my head because somebody said my big ass head was getting in the way. Oops, my big fat head was getting in the way. The other thing I want to look at today is I'm really trying to find some good tools for us to use. Unusual Whales is a good one. Benzinga Pro is kind of a, I don't know, an older school one, right? And then obviously we have Bntx. So with that being said, let me know in the comment section below after you guys go ahead and like the video, what are your favorite tools to use? And if we want to test drive any new ones, let me know. I've got access to all of them. So it's just a matter of what the stream wants and what's going to be the best for the stream. I am totally down with that. Okay, so good morning. All right, I tried to do a couple things a little differently. I tried to move this screen down on my main monitor so that I could put my notes up in this area so I could actually look at you guys while I'm talking, but it didn't really work, and I didn't want to be any later to the stream than I already was. So let's get going. Let's look at all right, let's look at this one. So we had a bunch of earnings last night. Sentinel-1 came out with earnings yesterday. I like this stock. You can equate it to CrowdStrike. It's a direct competitor of CrowdStrike's. They IPO'd this summer. We went out to visit them when they IPO'd in San Francisco, and ever since then they've been kind of just stuck in a range. They did have their earnings. I think it's their first earnings last night, or actually their second. They adjusted a loss of negative 26 cents versus 18, so they lost on revenue, or their earnings per share. Sorry, revenue was up. Their rating. Oh, they raised their forward 22 revenue to 199 to 200 million versus 188 to 190. So they actually, so they beat on earnings per share, or they lost on earnings per share, right? but they beat on revenue and they provided forward-looking guidance. So if they can get some support off of this weekly mid, taking out, if they take out pre-market highs, I think that they can rally to the daily bottom up at 52.53. If they break 45, I think they're going to come back down into the 40s, right? They're going to come back down in this 41, 42 level. So there's an opportunity, $5 in either direction on Sentinel 1. The options are pretty decent on it. So pager duty. Reported earnings at a 2-cent loss versus a 9-cent loss, or 7-cent loss versus the 9. Revenue at 72 versus 70. Guides forward EPS at a 6-cent loss versus an 8-cent. And they see for Q4 revenues at 75 versus 62 million. So they basically said, hey, we took a little bit of a loss, but we are definitely looking forward to having more revenue and less of a loss in Q4. Nice little rally up off of that. They are bull flagging. They've got room to the daily top at 40, currently trading about 37.50. Trade about $2.75 a day, so they've already made their move. Potential profit-taking pullback to 35 for continuation on. If they take out, if they take out 35, then there's room to 33 and even all the way down to 31. So just be nimble on this one. Moving on, Apple, a massive rally yesterday, right? All-time high, 170, 172. I was in the 175s. Took them from 50 cents to or from 30 cents to 80 cents. Just because Apple has never hit 175, but this is a very bullish move on Apple. They're currently trading at the 4-hour top, right? If they if they hold this 4-hour top, then with them being in trifecta mode, right, which is they're out of all of the Keltner channels, so there's no overhead resistance based on Kelts. See this move here? Boom. Consolidation, rally, pullback, rally, consolidation. If this bull flag breaks, you can anticipate a continuation move off of Apple up to, let's see, let's get some levels here, shall we? All right, so Apple is currently resting out on that 618. If they break that, right, they break this bull flag as well. So they need to maintain where they're at. Excuse me. They need to take out this bull flag. Right, it's not a very sharp one. It's pretty, what's the word I'm looking for here? Right, they take out that bull flag. This is a 15-minute chart. 173.88 new. If they make a new all-time high, the 127 is at 175. My favorite 1414 is it's 175.71. So do they move to 175 today? Very likely. Contrarian. Let's say they start breaking down, right, and they come and test previous lows. Look for the back test to the 4-hour Kelt before another move down to the mid, looking for that daily top support. So Apple can move both ways today, depending on a lot of different topics, like just see what's going on in the overall market. Yeah, I know Visha's already launches yeah, we'll get into that real quick. There's some news on Visa, right? All right, let's see. One of our favorites, BIIB, right? Biogen is now preparing for its larger ever layoffs. Stat has learned moving to slash costs as sales of their Adulium drastically underperformed expectations. Biogen's behind the scenes strife cost the company's lead scientist his job, according to people close to the company. So, internal strife, they're already in a downtrend. Can we capture some of this downward move? Right, 195-minute chart. It's just been in a steady decline. This is a lot of buy signals, right? I'm getting a lot of buy signals, except for that news. I don't know, man. We got to be careful with this one because it can really easily rally, right, up to previous highs. What's up with this chart, man? For real though, what's up with this chart? All right, that news could be... I don't know. It's a little sketch, in my opinion. So I might wait on this. It's forming a bullish... It's forming a bull flag, honestly. I just don't want to rally, I don't want to catch a... I don't want to say short it and have it rally up. What the... No. You need to chill out. So keep an eye on BIIB. Right? Just saying, every once in a while you get some what you think is bad news and it rallies. So just be nimble on that one. Okay, moving on. Robin Hood. Oh, Robin Hood. Robin the Hood and Robin your bank account. 1 second. All right, here we go. Robinhood Markets files to terminate its registration statement for the resale of Class A common stock received by certain shareholders. That's pretty sketchy. I mean, it's pretty dang sketchy. Again, this is another one of those where it's like, oh, that's bad news. Short the news, right? But let's look at what it's doing. Forming a cup and handle. So Robinhood is bullish above 24.61 to 26, above 26 to 28. It's got to fight through 28 to 30, and then from 30 to 35 is a pretty decent move, right? It's got a slingshot squeeze getting ready to happen. All right, a little pop yesterday. Consolidate. This is just a giant bull flag that's forming. So, right, this is the last 2 days. It's been uptrending, right? Off of lows at 20, it's up to 23. It's got room to 24.50. Like I said, above 24.50. A little bit of wiggle room to 25.50, and then it melts up through 26. It's forming a cup and handle. If you Robinhood's one of those iffy ones, but yeah, it's terminating its registration statement for the resale. So it's saying, hey, we're not going to go resell this Class A stock to certain shareholders. Okay, moving on. Visa. This is big news on Visa. Visa's going to get a rally McRally off of this. All right. Currently, they're out of the weekly Keltner channel, above the 4-hour. They're rallying to the daily top. Right. So from let's see if they break 209.50. I think there's a move to 11, and then finally 213. This would be a rally off of the news that Visa is launching cryptocurrency advisor services for financial institutions and merchants. It's saying, hey, we see value in crypto. We're going to eventually be involved in it. Let us advise you on how to interact with it. This is for large institutions. Think about it. Cryptocurrency, with it being so new and so technology driven, a lot of younger people really understand it. Large institutions do not. So if you ever want like a visual, just think of that movie Trading Spaces, where you've got the old rich bankers and you've got Eddie Murphy. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Here, let me show you some pictures of it real quick. This is the movie. No, wait, what was it? The movie. Come on. This is how old I am. Yeah, this one right here. Right, so you got these guys. You got these old investment bankers. Where's the one where this? There we go. All right, so this is a perfect example of why institutions don't understand crypto. So Eddie Murphy is basically on the street. He's got street smarts. Okay. These two old bankers, these old white bankers right here, this is like banks, large institutions, like they're like, oh, crypto, they can't move on it without having an advisor. So Visa coming in and saying, yo, we're going to create a service that will advise banks on it. I think that's setting the way for more of a early and accepted adaptation of cryptocurrency. So Visa, I like it up to 215. Okay. Moving on. Oh, sweet last. Sorry, I just saw that. Did we ever figure out the ticker for Sony? All right, so Blackstone, BX. I get these guys confused with BlackRock all the time, so don't confuse them with IWM. Okay, Blackstone has authorized repurchase up to $2 billion of the company's common stock, and Blackstone Holdings partnerships units, replacing the company's prior authorization of $1 billion. They're saying, hey, you know what? Let's get more. What is this? Oh, bro. I guess. So I just saw something come across on Twitter, and I think it's the first time I've ever had to deal with it. So they say imitation is of the greatest form of flattery. Guess so. Just noticed that somebody is starting to do a pre-market live stream. Someone needs to work with. I mean, what you got? What you got? What you got? No, I feel good about that. It's actually a compliment. Okay, moving on. Sorry. Love, Southwest Airlines says managed business revenues are expected to recover down 55% to down 60% in December versus 2019 levels. They're seeing Q4 operating revenue down 10 to 15% versus 2019. It says leisure bookings continue to come in above expectations for December travel, and they're seeing their 22 capital spending of about $5 billion. So they're saying, yo, our bookings are down, but we're going to spend more money. This week has been really good for the travel sector. American Airlines, Southwest, Delta, like all the cruise lines, they've gotten a lot of love this week. As you can see, American Airlines 4-hour. Oh, sorry, this is a 4-hour chart. The charts are jacked up for some reason. I don't understand why. This is what I was looking for. No, it's not. Dang it. I'm a little frustrated that this one isn't. I must have something turned off wrong, right? Maybe it's this study here. There's a study that's jacking up my charts and it's making me mad. There we go, that's better. All right, we'll look into that a little bit more. But the entire travel sector has been having a good last couple of weeks. Right, this is a 4-hour chart, so it makes it a little hard to see. But basically, this is Thanksgiving here, right? So after Thanksgiving, coming into the beginning of last week, from lows, they're up 16 to 18. That's Carnival, American Airlines, right? Delta. They all look the same, right? It's because they're all moving the same. So when rotation hits and this comes, and you get back into, we're getting a little inverse head and shoulders on love. So if they can break the 4-hour cloud, basically out of this old demand zone that they're just chilling in, right? So this is now a supply zone, right? They're having supply zone issues. If they can get out of that supply zone, break the 4-hour cloud, I think that missed opportunity there. Sorry. I shouldn't look at Twitter while I'm talking to you guys. If they can break the 4-hour cloud, I think they got room back up to 53. However, they're just coming in and saying, yo, our revenue is going to be down. But it's better than they expected. So Southwest, if you're looking at playing them, definitely an opportunity to the downside, in my opinion. So based on that news, I see a move possibly down to 43, 44. They move about $2 a day. They're currently trading at 45. If they pull back, there's lots of support in this 43, 44, 43, 50, $44 range, right? Yeah, I just don't see them being bullish off of that news. Okay, Renusol. Remember Sol from the other day? We were talking about Sol. They had earnings. They missed on EPS, missed on earnings, sees Q4 revenue down versus their estimate, and their gross margin 36 to 40%, right? They're seeing their yearly revenue at 83 versus 91. That's bad news. But however, they are in the weekly color channel bottom, downtrending 4-hour, flat daily, flat weekly. So what that means is if they continue to downtrend, right, and they break below, 510, 511, and they take out this $5 low, they've got more room to the downside. This is a pretty heavy looking stock here. I'm not super bullish on it. I'm going to stay away from it. Okay, Raytheon Rtx. I've traded this stock quite a bit. Their board's authorizing a 6 billion share repurchase plan. Did I just lose internet? All right, there we go. They've been on a rally for the last couple weeks. As you can see, giant cup and handle formed out of the daily bottom, 4-hour tops, weekly bottom, right off of there. If we would have gotten it on the first, this was the move. Is there a continuation move? Yes, they have room up to the daily top, monthly bottom possibly. So move from 85 to 89. They move about $2.50 a day. Just keep an eye on it. Like, they have explosive moves. Looks like they had a double trouble, right? They really couldn't get above this $87 level. So for me, I like to play the safe move. Above 87, move to 89. A little $2 move there, right? Triple attempts at that. They failed off of it. So it's gonna be interesting for RTX today. They may actually pull back to this 4-hour to gather up a little bit more speed. So two ways: above 87 to 89, below 85.50, 84, potentially down 83. That's RTX. Energy Transfer announced is offering a 86 million shareholder common units for shareholders. Safe play with these guys is above $8.30 for a move up to $9.50. Let's see. ET phone home. What do we got here? Actually, we got some room. So actually this is looking like it's going to fire to the downside. Let's see, if 780 holds, you've got room to 840. Okay. API, the American Petroleum Institute, shows a draw of 3.1 million barrels of oil for the week of ending last week. Gasoline inventory show a build of 3.7. We have to really start. I keep saying that we're going to do this, but I never do it. I need to create a spreadsheet with this so that we can track. You know what? That's going to be somebody's homework. I want to track this stuff because we can look at, crude right here, and we can see what crude is doing, right? But what is it really doing? I want to be able to check the supply and demand in a graphical form. So anybody wants to take that project on, please let me know. Essentially, all I want to do is I want to plug in the API numbers at the end of every week and have a graph show the move of it. Okay, anybody wants to take that on, that'd be great. Also, if anybody knows any production, video production people, I need some help. I'm going to be working on the YouTube channel this week. I found a couple of other channels that I really like, and I've seen specific ones grow from where we're at now to over 100,000 subscribers. That's where I need to be. I feel like I provide a better service than that one does. So yeah, that's the goal for 2022. Okay, moving on. I apologize. I'm rambling today. Uber, bullish on Uber. Deliveroo and other online companies may need to reclassify certain workers as employees under potential EU rules meant to bolster their social rights. Reuters reported. I swear, every other week it's something about Uber, Lyft, Deliveroo, having issues with how they classify the people that work for them. I think they should be classified as employees. I also think they should be provided health insurance because you know what? They're doing a job. They're bringing your company money. They're technically employed for you, right? So treat them right. Anyway, ramble. What do we got here? So Uber the last couple days, right, seems to be recovering nicely, rally up, right? So this is a good visual representation of how the Keltner channels work, right? So off of the 4-hour bottom, this green one, we rallied up to the mid, which is a green line. We made we made some decisions at the mid, rallied up to the 4-hour top. Also, at the same time, we rallied off of the weekly bottom, right? Through the daily bottom, made a decision up, pulled back to support. Now what do we do here? Do we continue to move up? $2 a day move. I know the Algo was bullish this week or last. So I'm looking for a move from Uber from 38 to 40. Above 40, it gets pretty loopy up to 42. Contrarian, this massive levels of support fail and we come back down to 35. Is it going to happen? I don't know. A little sell-off yesterday. Open gap pullback. We're above the 200. We got stack positive moving averages, right? Right. So we need to get above 30. 38.96 is above the 200 on the 5-minute chart. I want to see this blue line cross this red line, then I'll get long on Uber. Let's see what we got on the 4-hour. I missed the demand zone. Dang it. That's where it is. That's where it is. So rally to the 50, rejected the 50, came back down, held point of control on the 4-hour, struggling with the 34. All right, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move. Pretty. Let's try this. Is that just a 3 move? That's the move we're looking for on Uber. Above the 200 at 44, we move up to previous highs at 46. Resistance right here. Right, there is got a supply zone that we need to watch out for. Ooh, is that it? There's our supply zone. Right, basically the fight through the supply zone. All right, moving on off of Uber. Toll Brothers, remember they had earnings yesterday. They're in the building sector, and I was like, hey, let's keep an eye on it. We're not going to play the earnings. We can play after earnings and the run up to it. We don't ever play the earnings themselves. Well, I mean, I do, but it's a completely different strategy. We'll have to go into it someday. I do iron condors. Look at this. It's in trifecta mode. Earnings 3.2 versus 2.9 in home sale revenues, 2.95 plus 18% over the year. Backlog at 9.5 billion versus at the quarter end, so they're up 49%. There's a 6 o'clock bell. Dang, I'm running behind. Guides first quarter 22 deliveries at 2,000 units with an average delivery home price of 86 to 90,000. So they had blowout earnings. Right, super bullish. They're in trifecta mode, which means that they are above all of the Keltner channels, and they've got nothing holding them back, right? So this is a very... What did I do here? What did I do? How do I reset this chart? Right, it's super bullish. Nice, strong uptrend, good earnings. Hold on. Let me look at this a little closer. This is a melting up. This isn't, this isn't a squeeze release or anything explosive. This is a controlled move. So we don't like controlled moves because based on the IV from their earnings and also based on just the controlled move, no massive, pops, right? This right here, that slingshot squeeze that I always talk about, And I'm always saying, hey guys, slingshot, squeeze, release. This move there, right? Histogram goes from negative neutral to increasing, goes from red to green or gray. When that release happens, this is the explosive move that we're looking for. This is that squeeze release that we want to try to get. We're not getting that. We're just slowly melting up. I'm going to stay away from Toll because I think it may actually pull back. Right? It may pull back to some of the support. I think some of this earnings might have been built into it. If you want to trade it, let's just be careful with it, shall we? Okay. Thor Industries. Now, I screwed up 1 week so bad with this. Let me explain what I did. I thought THO had something to do with SPCE. Nope. I thought THO was a parent company for T-Mobile, right? Yeah, I screwed that one up pretty bad. Anyway, they have nothing to do with T-Mobile. Q1 estimates, they blow out earnings. Almost $1. Their EPS is almost $1 more per share. And so they're on the fight back to let's see what we got here. THO. I'm gonna keep an eye on these ones. If I remember, their options were kind of wackadoodle too. A very bullish play. So yeah, they're currently just chilling in this zone right here. They can get out of. So they need to go above. Jeez. Above 114.50 on THO. I like it for a move to 120 and then trade that zone from 120 to 125. Okay. All right, moving on. All right, let's see what he's doing now. Stitch Fix earnings. They had less than expected loss, more revenue, more active clients, net revenues per share, right? Adjusted lower EBITDA data. Dead cat bounce. Do we want to try to play it? Stitch Fix on the 4-hour, very bearish, triple bottom. Watch for the bear flag, but there's possible dead cat to 22. All right, moving on. Kraft Heinz, KHC. Downgraded from neutral to neutral from a buy with a price target of 33, down from 36. Yes, Kraft just got. It's gonna have the. Yeah, they're downgraded. All right, moving on. Dave & Buster's had earnings yesterday. They had pretty nice blowout earnings. I don't like these wick killers. So if you had a stop at 29, or if you had a stop at 36.50, those are gone, right? It just wiped out your stops. So Dave & Buster's above 35.50. They move $2.50 a day. I think they can move back up to this 38.50 level. They got to get above 35.50. So the move would look like this, right? Probably something like that. Dave & Buster's. Moving on. Chargepoint. This is I'm looking at Upstart. Chargeport had earnings. They had a greater than expected loss. Increased revenue. Revenue for Q4 should stay the same, and roughly had 163,000 ports. So that's 163,000 charging stations compared to in October, compared to the 120 in July. ChargePoint is the fastest growing, and they have the most charging stations. It's been pretty wicky lately. I'm not super impressed with it's a pretty solid move. I think it's at a good buy opportunity, to be honest with you, for the long term. I'm going to wait to see if we can get either a pullback, right? I think it's a great buy at 1970. It's a steal at 1825. I'm even willing to buy it up to about 22. So the downtrending 4-hour flat daily, it can rally easily to 23, may run into some rejection around 23.50. So whatever happens at this level, it's going to break through it and continue on, or it's just going to continue to chop its way down. I do like Chargeport for the long term, thinking about getting some. Okay, Amazon yesterday had some major AWS issues, client outages all over the place. So it's saying that it's now operating normally after all of those downtime, after all of that downtime. I know a lot of clients I got phone calls all day like, my stuff's broken. It's not you, it's Amazon. Venmo was out, like their Venmo transaction service was out. Payment processing, anything that runs on AWS was having issues yesterday. And that's kind of a big deal. So Amazon, if it breaks the 4-hour top at 34.50, I think we get a super rally. Currently, it's consolidating. Definitely check the algos in a minute on Amazon. I think that it's going to really give you guidance, because it's currently, just shrink this down a little bit. So, God, come on. So we pulled back through the 4-hour bottom, hit the daily bottom, massive support right here, right? If I would have known this, if I would have saw this on Monday, right? If I would have played this bull flag rally, you'd be in the serious loads of money right now. Currently trading at a previous supply zone. This 4-hour cloud right here is a supply zone. If it breaks 35.50, I think 35 or 36.80 is incoming. Contrarian, if that level does not hold, right? If we break down below 3509, I think we stair step our way back down to 3400, 3380, right? Amazon super bullish. Don't go against the grain. Japanese Q3 GDP missed, and okay, here we go. The U.S. House passed a bill last night to speed up a debt ceiling fix in the Senate that essentially allows Democrats to raise the country's credit limit unilaterally and void a Christmas default. Okay, that's it for the news. Let me see if I got any key events today. Mortgage application data has already hit. JOLTS job openings, and that's it. Let me give you a couple other things that are going to be important. I want to check out Upstart today, and here we go. All right. Overall, Asian markets overnight, Nikkei index jumped 400 points or 1.42%. Massive move. Good job, eh? The Shanghai index raises up 40% or 1.8, up 40 points or up 1.8%. Hang Seng up, and the European DAX was down, right? 0.55. And the FTSE, little change. Bitcoin prices are back after the decline after a bounce of 50,000 late yesterday. Last down was over 2.5% to 49,000. So Bitcoin's back. That means gold should be down. Okay. We will, yep, gold is down. Awesome. S&P 500 gained 2%, while the Nasdaq surged 3%, and the Russell advanced 2.2%. Buoyed by financials, energy, and tech, defensive staples and utilities lagged. So, SOX posted its biggest raise since early March of last year. So it's all about semiconductors. It is all about semiconductors. That's what is keeping this. What the? What? No. Right? Look at this massive rally. Oh, this is huge. 4-hour bottom to 4-hour top in a day. 3,700 to 4,000. So keep in mind, what's it doing? Let's look at this. Let's look at this picture. Okay, so I've been learning a little bit about this thing called the strat lately, right? Not to throw another strategy at you guys, but I believe some of the principles are pretty valid. I think this actually goes back to here, right? Maybe not there. Basically, this megaphone pattern is bearish. So, do we have room to move down? Yes, we do. Do we break through this and make all-time highs? we could. So if SOX breaks 39.71 short semiconductors. Okay. And finally, stocks jump for a record second Tuesday, continuing the rebound from the recent decline. Investors grew less fearful of the potential Omicron variant economic impact, right? They're less concerned about the more aggressive FOMC inflation rates ahead of CPI data later on this week and the FOMC final meeting of the year next week. Okay. Yeah. So it's all about semiconductors. Upstart is my favorite one today. If Upstart takes out 200, okay. There's a big move there in Upstart. There is a big move coming in Upstart. They moved $26 a day. So yeah, Upstart from 200 to 220. It's a pretty easy move. Above 220, it sees 255. All right, that's it for the news. Thanks for joining me. Let's get into some plays, shall we? All right, hold on one second. Welcome to the stream. Morning, Laz. Morning, Terry. Morning, Johnny. Welcome to the stream, Ludwig. And what's up, watchlist? So let's get into this. So if this is your first time joining the stream, this is a smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm software provided by FlowTrade. What we're looking at here is the white bars are price action. The purple line is the regular algorithm line. I'm going to look at Upstart right here. If you see me draw red lines across the screen, those are regular block trades. Blue lines are dark pool block trades, and white lines are good time for all. White line is where a regular and a dark pool block trade print at the same level. Major areas of inflection, key points. Put them on your chart and see what happens. Right. So, PayPal. Looking at PayPal, we got a nice little gap up. Resistance right at 194. So PayPal above 194. I think we get back into the 200s. The Algo is trading with price action, and we're coming off a dark pool support. So PayPal has been it's been a red-headed stepchild for the last couple of days. This dark pool level right here, this dark pool came in. Oh, come on now. Right, we had a dark pool trade right at the bell yesterday, or the closing bell yesterday. The day before, we had a dark pool block trade at the closing bell before that, and then last week we had a dark pool trade come in at the closing bell. So what does it mean when these block trades are coming in at the close? I believe they're large buy orders, right? Because this is where you should actually be getting in over here, right? But maybe they're getting in now because they've seen a little bit of it. They know something. Everybody knows something sometime. Okay, we've got some regular block trades, so it's just a lot of retail sentiment. Regular block trades come in, right? They usually come in at the open. Right, we had one come in at the open here. We had one come in at the open here, right? And the day before that, I bet you we had one come in at the open there. So we do have a white line specifically for PayPal that I'm going to use as my basically my line in the sand. PayPal below 187.50, right? Then I think it downtrends right? We've got pretty decent movement as far as price action is concerned. You know, a little uptrend here, a little gap up. We do have this previous high we got to take out. We take out that high, the next level is up here, right at the 199, and above that we start hitting 210. So there's the move to the upside for PayPal. Really quickly, this is what PayPal is doing right now. Super chop a left biscuit. All right, if it breaks this 200 on the 2-minute and it breaks this 15-minute Keltner channel, it's coming back to the 200 on the 5-minute, right down at 190. So it's got to hold 190, 150 for the move to the upside. If it breaks that, right, we got point of control at 190. If that level fails, then I think we're going to continue our downtrend on PayPal. However, the algo is not going to save us this time. It is making higher highs and higher lows, but it's also consolidating. So there's no specific bullish divergence in PayPal. It's just all momentum. Tesseract, right? Tesseract's recovered nicely after Elon has sold off all his shares. From what I understand, it's ripping currently. I think 1200 is coming up right now. Currently, 1080 is the next stop. Tesla is making that move pre-market that sets it up for the day. Okay. Rally from 1044 to 10, you know, it's a $20 pre-market rally. Coming in right at the previous Darvas box high. So 1050 is the line in the sand for Tesla. If it holds 1050, I think it comes up. Next move would be 1080, then 1100, then 1200, right? Would like to see a pullback to 1054. Next move up. As far as the algorithm's concerned, it is just trading with price action right now. Tesla's got a lot of regular and dark pool levels ahead of it. So I'm going to make these big levels because they came in over here. So regular block trade target, massive, let's see, there's another target right there. So that's the 1100 level, 1100, 1160. We've got support at 1044 and a regular block. All right, there's your downside lines. We have dark pool targets. The dark pool is going to be acting as a magnet. In this case, we've got some targets here. We've got some resistance at 1084 here, and then we've got that 1051.75. This one came in at the close. So is that the launch one? Very possibly. I'm going to go ahead and call this down here is a line in the sand. If we come back down and retest this, that's going to form, yeah, we break that. The algorithm is trading with price action and it's moving up in an upward direction, which we like to see. Right, nice move upward. Price action. There's a previous low right there. It's got to take out, which it probably already did. Tesla's trading at 1051 currently. Or excuse me, 1050. 1057. Right, Tesla's trading. It hasn't taken out real, maybe. It's got to take out this low here. All right, and there's this zone right here to trade. So, Tesseract looks pretty decent. Chargepoint. Dang it, Chargepoint. Bearish divergence. Earnings. Let's see. So, Chargepoint had earnings. The algo is pointed down. Right? We got overhead resistance, regular block resistance at 2352. Was trading support at 2178, right? It's got a downside target coming in here at $20. 21 and 2075. If those levels break, I think we see a continued move down for a Chargepoint. They had earnings. Their earnings were not that good. Their numbers were better, but their earnings were bad. Algorithm's just been taking profit for the last couple days. I think that we might see, right? I don't think it's going to be a wedge breakout. I think it's going to be a rejection. May get a quick pop to 23 with the algo pointed down. I like Chargepoint to the downside. downside. Upstart, on the contrarian, or on the other hand, Upstart is making a move, right? The algo's trading with price action. We've got nice. The algo's doing a good job. It's making higher highs and higher lows, right? It's got to take out its little wedge, right? If it can get above there, I think it can continue to pull price action up with it. Nice little move here and there. So take out previous lows, we move up to the next previous high. That's the zone we want to trade in. The algo looks like it's doing its job, right? Hopefully y'all can understand that markup there. If you followed along, it's pretty easy, okay? All right, let's get the rest of the question. We want to look at Nike. All right, let me see if there's anything popping up on the old scanner. Nothing super really. Oh, Lucid, Pfizer, Carnival, and American Airlines. Let's check those guys out, shall we? Lucid, Pfizer. All right, what do we got going on here? Whole lot of nothing. JP Morgan just said its 2022 price target for the S&P 500 is 50.50, up 8% from current levels for entire 2022. That's not good. Okay. Not super thrilled about that level. Checking other news sources right now. Hold on. Ooh, look at this. I was eyeballing this yesterday pretty hard. Datadog. Ooh, no so bueno. You know what we forgot to do, and nobody even reminded me? Nobody even reminded me. We forgot to look at futures. All right, futures coming into this morning. Not the best looking for moves. Well, maybe. All right, gold is down, crude is up, bonds are down, TLT is falling, which is good. It is, however, a reverse signal here. This is a 10-minute reversal candle on ZB. Huh. All right, so they're saying that yesterday was the second largest green day for the ES in 2021. There was the March and October 2021 lows, major turning points. Basing on the dip, right, a pullback would be great. Support at 46.70. It's pretty weak, right? And so 46.70 or 46.40, those are big support levels. If those levels hold, I think we're pulling back, right? Then 47.20 and 47.70 would be the next targets. So let's look at the ES a little bit closer. One second, I gotta go make sure these people are awake. All right, I'm back. So let's look at the ES for a little bit. So we've got like a healthy pullback would be good, right? So we came down, we hit 46.9225, which is previous high. It's now support. We break that, we come back down and test this green line here that you see. It's called a tree line. That tree line at 46.8125. Below that, it's a pretty solid move all the way down to 46, right? 46.66. Below that, we come all the way back down to 46.40, right? So there's some downside targets for you, right? Off of this purple line, back down to this purple line. I think we might get a little bit of a fade today. So I'm not going to go in with any bias, but it looks like we made a new pre-market. I mean, we made a new high pre-market. Oh no, sorry. There we go. All right, this is a 4-hour chart, right? A healthy pullback to 46.43 would be good for us right now, right? Back to here. So based on ES, we might have a down day. Ooh, well, pullback at least. Let's check this out a little bit more. It's just such a bullish trend. My gosh. One can never really tell you exactly what's going to happen in the market. All I can do is just draw the pretty lines. Just gotta be careful today. All right, let's be nimble. Let's be on our toes. Right. Let's not go into it with any specific bias, but looking at the overall market with the yen being down, bonds down, and crude just kind of chopping. This bottom row is setting up for a bullish move for the top row. However, this could just be buying the dip for bonds. Gold is down, which means future or crypto should be up. Crude is just kind of chopping, and bonds being down should allow for a large move to the upside. Remember, Tesla is going to be ripping today, and that may help the market. Apple may pull back to some support based after. That's a pretty. If I was a shareholder, I'd be definitely taking a little bit of profit. So that bearish divergence is true. All right, Datadog. Up until yesterday, like there was super divergence that played out yesterday. I didn't get in it like I wanted to. The algo is starting to pull back. This divergence is going to be played out today. We'll look for new divergence in Datadog. So what this looks like is we got previous resistance here, right? We have a nice little gap up off of the move, right? So there's your gap. It's in this little range. If it can break that, I think it may come and try to take out some of these previous highs. However, the algo, look at what it's doing. All right. Look at what the algo is doing. I think it breaks that level. All right, I think the algo continues to come down. It touches price action. All right, price action can come back down to 166.50, and we'll see what's going to happen there. So that was Upwork or Datadog. Looking at Upwork, I like this chart. Right, nice recovery off of a regular block trade level. I might actually play this one today. So looking at it, the Algo, nice strong uptrend, right? Making higher highs and higher lows. It's uptrending, price action, off of support, right? Take out that previous high that runs all the way back here, right? Off of this regular block trade at 36.27. Right, so there's your support. A little bull flag forming on Upwork. Stock seems to move pretty decent. All right, nice pullback. Moves about $3 a day. Upwork has got to get above, let's just call it 39. Upwork above 39, I think we see I think we see 41 today, going into next week, possibly 43, 44, if this level holds. So I like that upward play. You said you saw a flag on Delta. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, this is a bull flag forming off to consolidation. Again, right, it's got to get above this Keltner channel top. So Delta above 39.50. I think 42.50 is incoming. Right, Delta. So it would be a... Whoa, what? What's up with this, dude? We don't use no white lines in here. Can't see crap. Well, at least not in the chat. Laz, I hope you caught that, please. Yeah, you're right. So Pfizer, Bntx, sell the news, buy the rip. Or buy the rumor, sell the news. Pfizer out of the weekly bottom, 4-hour mid. So above 52.80, Pfizer to 54.45 or 54.50. Right. That's Pfizer. Bntx. It's forming a cup and handle, right? This is another one of those. Look for rejection here. So potential that's Bntx. Actually, that pullback may come back down to here. Bntx and Pfizer should rally today. Let's check out the algo. See if somebody knew something, shall we? Yeah, look at Bntx. That's just super strong. I'd rather trade Bntx over Pfizer. Bntx has got a nice, strong bullish algorithm, right? This is bullish. Price action. Strong uptrend. There is a gap from that level to this level that needs to be filled. Right? Pretty strong pre-market move. Let's see if we can get an entry. When this happens, I'll take a fib from the high to the low. I grab the right fib. I'll take a fib from high to low. Right, it's pulled back to the 50% retracement. I'd like it to come back down, you know, bounce off of this 15 top. That would be super bullish. So we got VWAP 15 top. If we can bounce off of one of those two, bam, shakalaka. I'll get long on Bntx. Good call on that. Thanks, Laz. targets. I don't like that. What do we got here? All right, so Bntx. See this volume shelf at 360? Yeah, let's play Bntx today, shall we? Let's look at this. Let's figure out a play for Bntx. Okay, so this is the move here. Okay. All right. All right, sorry about that. Let's do this again. All right, so there's a zone here. So this is our support. Like, this is basically the zone we want to look to trade. We've got support at 291. We're in the cloud. The safe move is above 320 for a move up to about 350 on Bntx, right? So previous level, previous supply zone, right? Look at the volume, right? Point of control is at 350, VWAP's at 332. We're in kind of a low volume area, so the 50 is coming in at 320. Currently we're trading at 302, so there's a move above 313 to 320, then above 320 to 331, right? Hopefully it waits for us, right? Hopefully we get a chance to play this bull flag breakout. NQ's selling off, the Russell's consolidating. So looking at the Dow, so with the Dow consolidating like this, we either open and fade, right, to previous lows, or we open and rip. I like the ES holding up. The NQ is not. Right, NQ came down and tested. Right, NQ's got a white line all the way down here. Sorry, I gotta get it to load the data. Come on. Come on. Waiting for that data to load is always a pain in the butt. Okay, NQ. It's curling, right? This curling pattern is bearish, right? It's curve over. I don't even know if I can draw it. I don't know if I can draw it. Right? See that curve? I don't like curves. I like explosive moves. All right, so this is kind of consolidating. Really supports at 16134. We're just kind of right smack dab in the middle. I gotta check to see why my voodoo lines aren't updating on this for whatever reason. Okay. All right. So we're gonna play Bntx. I'm gonna look at Chargepoint, Bntx, at the bell. See if we got any sweepers. Looks like the 400 had a bunch of flow coming into it. And 290s, 300s. Okay, as far as flow is concerned, next week Bntx 400s for the lotto. They're at $1.30. So the next week 340, 350 vertical is about $2. The 350 400 vertical is about $4 for a 50-cent vertical. If we get that really big rip and rally news, and then the 320 340 vertical is $4 for, you know, 1 to 5 move. Yeah, you could. So those 400s next week, 400s on Bntx. All right, I gotta run. Thanks for joining me once again. My name is Darkpool Algo. I will see you all in the chat. Chargepoint, not Chargepoint, Upstart. Sorry, Upstart above 200. So the Upstart 200, 205 is about $1 going out to next week. Upstart 220s. So. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining me. Darkpool Algo every morning, Monday through Friday. If you have any questions, hit me up in the chat. I will see y'all soon. And thanks for joining me. Bye now.